In the last episode, we saw Margaret hunt a boar, Cape York style, with the bare minimum. So welcome back. We're actually in northern New South Wales now, and we are super pleased to have with us Donna Partridge, our special guest huntress, and you'll remember Donna from Heart of the Huntress Series 1 in South Africa. Donna's looking a little bit different at the moment. She's put on a bit of weight around the midsection. Probably too much chocolate.
Too many cakes.
Yeah, but we're so happy that Donna's able to join us for this segment of Heart of the Huntress in Australia. So Donna, thanks for inviting us.
Yep.
And how have you been?
Thanks for having me. It's good to be back with you girls again. Yeah, I've actually got 8 weeks to go till my baby arrives, so this will be a challenging hunting being 7.5 months pregnant, so that'll be a challenge and something new for me, and so I'm happy to be able to join you guys and have some fun.
Well, we're quite amazed that you're here. Not surprised really. Donna's a tough cookie, but it does go to show that nothing can stop her. So we're going to have a really good time.
Well, I'm glad to be here, and I'm looking forward. So tell us about what's happening here. What are we going to hunt, and what kind of species and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's all feral animals here, so we're going to go out this afternoon and see if we can find a pig or a deer. We might come across a fox or some rabbits, or we'll just play it by ear and see what we can come up with.
Awesome.
Wonderful. Looking forward.
We'll take Christy's bow and we'll have our guns, so look out.
Look out, world. Here comes Donna Partridge.
We've just spotted 2 really big pigs up here ahead, so Margaret and I just got out. We're going to go for a walk up the fence line here. They're just starting to work their way out into the open field.
Yeah, so hopefully we can be there in time. It's quite a bit of walking, so we need to get it on.
Margaret and Donna had not seen each other since Series 1 of Heart of the Huntress in South Africa, so it was a welcome catch-up for the girls. The girls went out for a scout to see what the cool change and fresh rain would bring out into the open. First up was a couple of pigs, spotted from a distance, heading along the crest of a hill towards a soggy gully. Donna would be the first hunter up, with Margaret as backup and Christy on the camera. The pigs disappeared into the gully and were obstructed by a crest. They appeared to be heading towards a section of scrub on the other side of a rundown cattle fence. The girls followed carefully along the fence line, trying to be stealthy, as they couldn't tell where the pigs would be once they rose up over the crest. The ground was wet and spongy, and it was easy to see why the pigs would enjoy this area, with lush green vegetation and soft ground for them to wallow in and dig up grasses to feed on the roots. Unfortunately, the pigs were no longer walking out in the open, and the girls assumed they had gone into the swamp on the other side. This was confirmed when Donna indicated she could hear something on the other side of the fence to their right. It was the sound of pigs grunting. There were quite a few of them, one would presume a family of sows and suckers. They needed to cross the fence quietly. It was hard to pinpoint the exact location of the pigs, as they could not see them through the long grass, but they knew they could not be more than several metres away. Walking quietly and slowly through the grass, they came across a very fresh wallow. There was movement in the long grass, and some small pigs were spotted moving through. The large pigs were nowhere to be seen, but the girls were entertained by watching the movement and listening to the noise of the family of piglets as they followed their mum through the mud. Eventually the wind changed direction and the pigs raced off into the trees.
heading out for our afternoon hunt, and we've been dropped off on this little ridge that goes down into a valley with a couple of dams that the pigs and the deer feed out onto.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a walk along the top of the ridge and see what we can see down in the valley.
Yeah.
Part of the Huntress aim to demonstrate to all people the power of drive, ambition and unity. We aspire to be positive role models for all women, men and children, to be valued for our skills, knowledge, ability to share, learn and succeed, and encourage others to succeed. Donna and Margaret headed out once again, not knowing exactly what they were going to come across.
Yeah, it's really perfect. The wind is definitely in our favour.
So we'll just keep walking down this one.
They headed to a new location, so were unsure of what the animal movement had been like. It was a bit of a stab in the dark, so to speak. There were lots of big rocks, and it was quite steep in places, so Donna was taking it steady. Donna and Margaret decided that they would find a good place to sit up in the shade of a tree, hoping it might be a bit cooler. About 80 metres from a watering hole, they sat up against a big rock in a nice shady area and waited to see what might come in. They had been there for some time and were starting to think it might be time to change locations. Then they spotted a feral cat prowling about chasing birds. So they waited and chatted a bit longer. Donna said that if she had to take a shot, she would feel more comfortable if she had a lean. But before they had time to readjust their position, she noticed something moving in the grass off to her left. It was quite close, but the grass was long, so it was hard to see what it was. She slowly lifted up her rifle and looked through her scope, not sure if it was a wild dog or a fox. It was a fox. Donna had no choice other than to take a shot freehand before the fox got to her feet. Feral animals here in Australia cause so much damage to farmland and also native animals, and not to mention the diseases that they carry. So it was quite a favour that Donna had done for the Aussie environment, but also the fox. This fox had mange and had lost most of the fur off its tail. It was not in a very healthy condition. So this was a great start to a hot afternoon hunting, and it proved that it certainly pays to be patient.
Donna, you just shot a fox, and just by listening to the Australian people, the fox and the dingoes and the feral cats are causing a lot of problems in Australia. Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, the feral animals in Australia, the feral cat, the fox and wild dog, the amount of damage that they're doing to our native animals and even like the farmers' livestock is a huge amount. Like they're losing a huge profit, especially sheep farmers, the foxes. So
Yeah.
they run a lot of fox control programs.
Okay.
So when I seen him come up through the rocks, he better grab this fella.
Yeah. At first, when I saw the fox, I first thought it might be a dingo. It almost looked like a dog. And then when he came up to you, I saw it's a fox and not a dog. So, and you were telling me you can't take a shot out of your shoulder, and that's another lie, or Australian lie, because Donna took a perfect shot out of her shoulder, and it's a perfect shot.
When I held the gun up and I could tell I was steady and I was comfortable, so I was like, well, I'll take the shot. So here it is.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
It's perfect.
Please join us in the next episode, where Margaret and Donna brave the forces of nature while hunting feral pigs. See ya!
Like the wind on my back, the sun on my face, this heart's beating. It's beating 'cause I love